morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Unbridled Talk. This is our Wednesday night lives. I'm Genevieve.
I'm Carly. We're back.
It's been a couple of months, guys. So, I'm rearranging. I am in my basement. At some point, I'll probably have a backdrop. Right now, I'm just trying to blur out kind of the clutter. I've got a baby here sleeping beside me. So, we all know that I was super pregnant. And at the end of my pregnancy, kind of took a break so I could focus on surviving.
I was
Now
wondering
that
if you
we've
were going
gotten
to loop in
through,
on the show tonight.
yeah, when he wakes up, I'm sure he'll join us, which will be great. But he passed out right before this, so I was like, "Ugh, when they're asleep, you don't want to wake them up." So I was like, then
Yeah,
5 minutes out, I'm like, get ready.
super
So here we
convenient.
are. You guys hop in the comments and let us know if you can hear us, if our audio is okay. Both of us are kind of just pulling it together tonight, making sure things are working. Figured we'd just get started. That's usually the best bet. I see Joy commented. Hey, Joy. Hey.
Already, yay! Oh man, that makes me feel so special.
It's been a while, guys. So I'm not gonna lie, waking up probably 4 days ago, I feel like now, all right, it was a full week now, but time is just a blur. But it's like the temperature just dropped. It's
hmm
literally so cold outside, and
Automatically.
immediately my disposition towards living has just plummeted. So it's a good time to bring the show back. It's so cold.
That's where mine is too. At this point, it's just like, well, when I get off work, like, what is there to do? It's dark outside. It's too windy and cold. Like, I'm not gonna go to the barn if I don't
Not for
have
pleasure
to.
anyway, exactly, yeah.
No, no,
Like
no. So this is the best
so
thing to
it's we definitely have some things bouncing around. We'd like to get some interviews underway again. We've got a couple of riders we've already approached. So, as you guys come up with ideas or other individuals you'd like to see back on the show or people you want us to go inquire with about coming on the show, let us know. And I'll drop this again as we get more viewers. I see we've got 4 viewers. So, you guys hop in the comments and just say hello to us.
So, Genevieve, you have a pony for sale. I know everybody knows this, but
I
I feel
do.
like you
So,
can at least throw that out there.
yeah, Rune is for sale. So our chestnut and white, he's kind of like a Dutch harness horse cross. He's 14.3 hands, so he's a big games pony. Um, we had Margot borrow him at MA4 and he was fantastic. So that's really exciting. But yeah, we actually I listed him and within less than 24 hours, we already have a deposit on him and he's getting his pre-purchase exam on Friday. So fingers crossed that that all goes well and I'm excited. I mean, it'd be good for him to find his home. It's a really lovely home, beautiful farm, really nice people. I have 2 daughters. Um, and he's kind of the perfect size for somebody who's an average size woman, I should say. Now
Yeah,
here, I'm the Jolly Green Giant, so I'm
I'm average.
almost
I mean,
six
I'm kind
two.
of small,
Yeah.
but 5'4" is average.
Yeah, I think 5'5" is the average size woman in the United States of America, and you at 5'8" can qualify to be in like the tall women of America club or something. And I was like, well, damn, I'm I'm a giant. This is great. It's a problem. So um, for me, right, I can't do a lot of multi-purpose discipline stuff with Rune, but anybody who were to purchase him, if the owner is going to be like 5'3", and then she has 2 daughters, so it's perfect because she could go out, she could event him, she could do games, she could do pretty much anything with him. So that's exciting.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and Margot, thank you so much. You've been such a champion of Rune and him, developing in our sport. So that's exciting. And if he doesn't sell, I'll just keep him and then I'll take him out and compete him a couple of times. He's a good size for me to compete for games. So that's always
yeah,
fun. I had a problem for years. I feel like in your head when you're playing mounted games, the perfect size pony is 13.2. And it really is because it's a pretty all purpose size for kids to move up on, for riders to be close to the ground and vault. But it's too small for me. And so I consistently would run into issues with just not feeling super confident to be able to lean and be able to do a lot of the skill sets. Um, so getting Rune, having him be over 14 hands, it's like this is kind of cool. It's fun to get on him and feel comfortable jumping over a log or something.
yeah. I feel like you could still. I mean, you have such a great seat that you really don't look big and bouncy like on a smaller horse, even though you're like 6'2", whatever, 6'1", I don't know. But I was just thinking that you could even take him out eventing, like in the spring, if you kept him, or
Yeah, at 14.3.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Definitely something you could do, like, low level stuff. We definitely this year. So it's like we need to go fox hunting
Yes,
because newsflash,
absolutely.
guys, I've never been fox hunting. I don't think you have.
Nope. I
Yeah.
desperately want to. I want to go do some type of hunt,
Just like we need a
something.
fox hunt. We need to go do like a field hunt or a point to point.
Yes,
You guys are going to be like, Genevieve, those are different things. I mean, I vaguely know that they're different things, but they're in
like
a
a hunter,
field with
but a
people.
hunter pace. Like, let me get out there and let me canter and jump over stuff, bushes and
Exactly.
streams. I want to go. I've been dying to do that for like the past year,
We
365 days, and I'm like,
definitely.
every time I find one online, I'm like, I'm gonna do that one, and then it doesn't work out.
Well, I feel like I only see them like a week out. There used
Yeah.
to be Virginia Equestrian, I feel like had a calendar of events and they were pretty comprehensive years back. And it was like the place to go if you wanted to get out and do anything. And now it's like, where do you go to actually see events other than follow every page you can find? I don't know. You guys drop a comment if you know of a comprehensive like calendar for different regions that you can go to. But yeah, it'd be cool to get to connected. I Who was I talking to? Oh, I was talking to Zoe. We need to have Zoe on the show because she used to
I would
work
love
for a
that.
fox hunter. And so she was kind of informing me about how it works and like paying the hunt. And you have like this membership. It's like $1,200 or something to be able to hunt like through the winter. Like it's expensive. I didn't realize the sport was expensive. I thought people showed up
Okay.
and went in a field and did things, but you can do like a sample or like a trial with the hunt. You can
Okay.
go out and I think it's like a marginal fee of like $100 or something, and you can go out for that weekend. And I think you get like 3 trials or 2 trials or something.
Okay.
Anyway, I didn't know any of this, so it'd be
Yes.
really cool to understand hunt culture. We definitely should maybe have a guest in that direction too.
At one point, I did call Carol Ann and I asked her about it because, she was out there and I was like, well, if Carol Ann does it, like, I'm willing to drive, like the 2 hours to at least have like a mentor with me or something. So she told me, yeah, the fee is like crazy expensive compared to the sport that we do. There's like, I don't know, $90 for 2 years.
I know.
and and then she was saying how like it's very important that you wear specific types of clothes, and you have to like adhere to the dress code, or like you're SOL, you're gonna have to like leave. I was like, okay, they're very serious.
Yeah. Joy is saying you can pay a capping fee. That's the word, capping. So it's like where you go in and you like trial run with them
Okay.
once or twice. But the funny thing is I was in the United States Pony Club, like a fair number of riders. I think in my generation, we came into games through Pony Club. I think now games in the United States, at least, is starting to become prolific kind of enough, or people are seeing it from other disciplines that they're coming into games just with no Pony Club background, which is great. But a lot of us started in Pony Club, and I knew more about fox hunting than I did about mounted games over the years, even though mounted games, like traditionally, you think of kind of Pony Club. But I always remember them talking about like, when you go out and hunt, you have to be dressed a certain way, and it's by age, and they're going to be like, there's a rank and hierarchy out in the field, and you can't be too loud or talk to certain people, or your ponies can't pass certain ponies, and like there's this whole like methodology to hunting. So
Interesting.
here's Joy's going to chime in. Yes, depending on whether it's formal or informal season, you can wear certain clothes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I feel like eventing gear would make sense. Maybe just like traditional though, with like tan breeches, not white breeches, that sort of thing.
I always see like little
Um,
tweed jackets out there.
Susan Hannah knows a lot about fox hunting. She's a member of our local hunt, so we could also
And
bring Susan on.
Isabella.
Yes. So maybe
Isabella.
we bring them on. That would be
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You guys definitely hop in the comments and let us know if you are watching on our Facebook group. We have opened up our comments into the nether regions of YouTube. And so there's some good stuff and there's some terrifying stuff in our comment section here. Carly, I don't know if you're
Oh,
able to see it.
I literally did not have that up at
Literally, guys,
all.
if you pull up comments here, it's so funny because you see the
Okay.
Facebookers, and when I see like the blue Facebook symbol, I'm like, okay, it's curated. When you see
Oh,
you're
get
like,
me
I
bothered.
can't
Okay.
just go through and read these effectively.
How do we
There's some
delete
hate
these?
here. I don't know
Yeah.
how this works. So,
Just gonna ignore that. If
oh,
you get
that's
on
too
YouTube,
funny.
filter yourself.
This man
Okay.
Thomas Aaron says for the right price they will sell feet pics.
He's not wrong. Okay.
I'm just
Okay.
saying.
My DM's open.
Oh my god. So you guys hop in the comments. I was also thinking the way that this platform works with StreamYard is you kind of open up a room and a studio. That's the word I was looking for. You open up a studio and then you can just drop a link and the people can join. That's how we bring guests onto the show, right? We send them a link. So I wonder if on our Facebook where it's like we have a page and an audience curated, if you could do that and then let anybody who wanted to come on the show just like dial in and if we recognize you, we could add you into the platform and talk to you. If we don't, I'm not sure that we're going to go there, but um, might
Like,
be interesting to just have
yeah.
random call-ins that way. But you would do it through video call because you can do it through your cell phone.
Right. Yeah. Just log in like a Google Meets or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Margot, fox hunting is hit or miss. Can be a 1-0. How many zeros?
Million percent.
A million percent a blast. Or it can be a 4-hour trail ride with 45-minute halt breaks. You have
Oh.
to be on a solid citizen for those days.
Oh.
Oh, I can see it being a real pain if you're on a horse that like cannot stand still and you're just waiting for 45 minutes on like a pony that's jigging in circles. Probably doesn't
Yeah.
look very professional.
I wonder if you're allowed to get off at that point and just like settle
I don't
down.
know. How does
Yeah.
Yeah, Margot, how
See?
does that work?
Are you allowed to get off? Because if you are, it's fine.
And why
Everybody
is
gets
fox
a break.
hunting like a fall winter sport? Can somebody chime in? Or is that just here in Virginia? Because I feel
I
like
think
the
it's hunting because hunting is a fall winter sport, right? It's fox
yeah.
hunting. They're hunting foxes, and I'm like, duh.
Joy, are you talking about live hunts? Ours are all drag hunts.
Right. And see, we need to know the difference between that. Obviously, we don't want to go on a live hunt, but I didn't know it was called a drag hunt either. I would have just been like a fake hunt.
Yeah, how does this work?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know these things. The ones down here are drags.
I don't know why that made me chuckle. I'm sorry.
I'm tired, you guys.
Yeah, me too.
This is my first week back after 12 weeks of maternity leave, so I'm like, what, on day 3?
Isabel's
Um,
here.
Yay,
Mm,
Isabel. We were just talking about you because you have insider knowledge into the world of hunting, and
I
neither of
can't
us have ever been on a fox hunt. So we hunt in the
She's a
fall because it's too hot in the summer for the horses and hounds. Genesee Valley that I hunted as a kid was live and it was much more fun. I can imagine it's a lot more frantic when it's not a drag hunt because like animals are way more unpredictable than
right.
well drag is pretty
Zigging and
unpredictable too, but
zagging and everywhere. Drag hunt has a fox, a rider who lays down a scent for the hunt to follow. Okay,
I
so
want to
there's
be
some
that
drag with that.
person because that sounds like a lot of fun.
Just running out ahead of everybody and
That's
just
like chaotic good.
let's
Like
put a
just
scent here. Let's put a scent there.
do you just drag is like a body bag? Like how does this work?
So assuming it's like a spray bottle. I'm gonna spray that tree. I'm gonna spray this
Maybe. Do
tree.
they just run with it? Chloe used to be the fox for our local hunt when she was young.
Oh,
It's so cool.
cool.
So like they just chased Chloe. Was it the scent of Chloe they were chasing, or did you spray her and made her like fox? There's so little that I
So
know,
many
so my
questions.
ignorance is just
Yeah.
you guys, we have 7 viewers here. If you can like our post on Facebook, we're gonna have to get our traction again since we took a couple of months off. Everything in social media is about the algorithm and people engaging with you. So comments, and viewers, all that helps. So
We
if
didn't
you could
really
check us
prime
out.
this very
No.
well either. I don't think we shared the
But
fact
we
we were
have
coming
8 now,
on.
so if I keep pining for you, then it's gonna
Right.
work, guys.
It's a bucket of roadkill with water and a dish soap container to spray the scent on the ground. I was not far off.
I didn't
My
really expect that though, because like you have to have the horse that can carry the roadkill.
yeah,
Okay,
I feel like
Margot says you
Remington could do
normally
that.
drag fox or coyote urine.
Oh.
Val is here. Hey, Val. She said, I
Yeah, that's
hunted
a good
9 years to 16 years, but got tired since the hierarchy had me in the back with the green horses and riders. Most of the time, they got lost. It got frustrating since I could have kept up. Oh, yeah, that's got to be frustrating because then you can't be up near the front where you can be with, the energy and the frantic, like the good riders.
That's annoying.
Our hunt sprays fox urine with hot dog juice. I mean, whatever keeps the dogs interested. You just carry the dish soap bottle. Oh, okay.
Just
So
gonna
you're just like running
squish
and
it everywhere.
spraying, squishing it as you go.
Well, dish soap, you just squeeze it out and it's like a stream instead of like an actual spray. So you just like
Yeah, but I feel
squirt
like
it.
you'd run out, and then what do you do?
You just squirt it as
Yeah,
you go,
but squirt too much is what I'm
right?
saying, Carly.
What if you run out early? What are you gonna do then?
What if we? How do we track this? Do we use GPS? Like, Sophie,
Sophie.
Meg and I hunted every weekend growing up. We had an absolute blast. We had a live hunt, but just to clarify for Carly, we don't kill the fox. It's more of a fox chase. They let us go first flight with our little ponies, Molly and Meg's pony Blue. Oh, that's so fun.
Oh, how
So
fun is he? Gonna do
flights,
that.
is that like front, middle, back? Is that like, or does first flight just mean you're the fast people who go out on Saturday?
According to my research, flights are like Val was saying that she has to stay in the back, so she'd be like the lower hierarchy, the lower
So
totem pole.
how many flights are there? We need to get some
Oh,
fox
that's a
hunter.
good
We need to have
question.
a fox hunter show.
Yeah.
I need to know.
I know Mitchell goes out with some like Maryland group, and I'm like dying to reach out to her and be like, "Look, we're gonna be friends now, and
I
we're gonna go
have a
ride together."
little one here who's been napping, so he's starting to stir. I'm gonna see if
Lucas,
he's hungry
back in
or if,
action.
hey, little bro, come here.
Does anybody know how many flights are in a fox hunt, or if it just like basically depends on how many people sign up? Okay, Val says first flight is usually the jumping fast group. Second flight mid. Third flight no jumping. Oh, I'm not interested in the no jumping.
Yeah, it's boring,
Just
but
throw me
also
right
good
in
to
the
know it
mid.
exists.
Yeah. Oh, Caroline Rosner says fox hunting is so fun. I know, we're missing out. Chris, flights are separate groups going at different speeds. I'm pretty sure the local hunts are all live. Oh. Joy says Wentworth Hunt has 3 fields. 3 fields or flights? Val, there's a hierarchy within each group of order. Closer to the front is fancier. Val, question. Is the fancier group more expensive? Like, is a more expensive, like, membership? You have to pay something different. Margot, yes. So many Tiny Pony Club kids hunting first flight. Typically, first is through gallop with jumping. Second might have jump optional. Third is, okay, it's moving. Third is through gallop. Fourth is through canter. Fifth is through trot. Depends on how many levels you have. Joy. Field would be flight. Okay, okay. Field equals flight. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys. Fields and flight are the same thing, Genevieve, in case you didn't know. The number of flights is somewhat determined by the number of members. Large hunts have more flights. Smaller might have just one flight and whips. Okay, Caroline. What's a whip? I can't hear you, Genevieve. I think you've like muted yourself.
I did mute myself because he was crying. I was like, I think of like flights as like a flight of shots,
Yes.
right? Isn't that like people get flights and it's like a couple little alcohol things?
That's
Obviously,
also
I
called
don't
a
do.
flight.
It's a flight, right?
Yes.
So each one is like a different level of difficult.
Well, if you start off with like wine
Tired.
tastings, you'll do like the most bitter to like the sweetest, right? So you always start with like the one that you're not really going to enjoy very much and then work your
And
way
go
up
the other
to your
way.
favorite. The one
So
with the
that's
most
like
sugar.
our lowest field to our highest field.
Yeah.
Field would be
Okay.
flight. Field equal flight.
Where did
Fields
I
and
leave off?
flights are the same.
Caroline Rosner said something about whips, and I need to know what that means. Margot says field and flight's the
Mm.
same thing. Thank you, Margot. No, all the same breeds. Okay, then how do they differentiate, Val? How do they get to control that you aren't allowed in first flight? That's what I need to know. And I understand it's probably like societal norms, like if you're within that group of like the OGs, then you kind of get to join. But also, what if you have like a really good horse?
And
Okay.
then we have whips control the hounds. Whip is short for whipper in. Why would you make it short for whipper in? Because whip sounds so much better. It's like whip is short for whippersnapper.
Whip whip is short for whipper in. I still don't know what whipper in means. So okay. Oh, Caroline
Whips are
Rosner.
basically outriders that help keep the hounds from crossing into private property and can also help to view or turn the fox if you're trying to catch it. Here you
Okay.
self-select flights, says Margot.
Oh. Okay.
That's kind of
See,
nice. That must
that's
be
how it
I
should be.
yeah. It must just be like some are more strict because they're probably more classical. Like I can imagine there's like a place in Middleburg where they're like, "Oh, this is how fox hunting used to be."
Mhm.
And they're more strict about who's allowed to be where. And then probably in different regions, it's just more relaxed.
I don't know. I could see it over in the UK being like posh posh, like
I
just
just think of riders in tweed every time I think of fox hunts. So,
yeah, and a
and a
flask
flask,
in their
yeah,
breast,
and a
and they
lot of
pull it
booze.
out.
Val, you can ride whatever flight, but you can't ride in front of the group unless you've been there a while. Back in the day, probably the same now, is unwritten etiquette. So the group being your flight. I did not intend on having live go down the fox hunt rabbit hole, but this is very interesting,
I
guys.
know. I find it very interesting too. I feel like it's very educational. Uh, okay, Caroline says I haven't hunted anywhere that actually aims to kill the fox. Just pick up a set and have a good run. And that's what I assumed too. Like I didn't think anybody was like bang bang shooting a fox or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like a real live fox that you're chasing versus a fake fox or a oh what's it called? I already forget it. What's it called? What's the fake hunt?
The fake hunt.
Come on, Genevieve.
What was the
Remember?
drag?
The drag. See? No.
The,
Yes.
I have no idea. Don't look at
Yeah.
me like I'm an expert here.
I don't know. Your memory is usually better than mine. Okay.
Margot says the historic fox hunts are way more strict. There's a ton more etiquette. Joy says there are definitely some snobby hunts. Myopia, in South Hamilton is super expensive and super snobby. It's so wooded here that a drag hunt is the only way that works. Yeah, I can imagine.
Mm.
Otherwise, I don't know. Galloping through woods is a little bit sketchy, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trees kill.
I know. Have you seen a couple TikTok videos where there's like a guy out there like trying to catch a cow, and it's like he's dodging trees basically, and like the cow's jumping over fallen trees, and then the horse goes to jump over a fallen tree, and then the guy and the horse decide to go a different direction at the very last minute, and he's got like a GoPro on like his helmet or whatever, and the horse goes one way and he goes another way, and just like
No.
collides right into a tree. Yeah.
I'm telling you, trees are the number one killer of people in cars. I can imagine with horses, it's pretty rough too. Sophie says so in the UK, they do kill the foxes, or at least used to, but it's not bang bang shoot the hounds to do it. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. And I think that
Ooh.
there was some legislation pushed in parts of the UK at least.
I would not be surprised. They're very
Yeah.
strict over there.
When I hunted as a kid, we were given a little handbook on etiquette and procedure, says Krista. Val, I can't hunt in the Nova region since all my tack is biothane.
Oh.
It's because it's colorful. I have no tall boots or formal wear. One day I'll ship the kids off. What does that mean? Does that mean one day you'll barter the children to go get some leather tack, or does that mean that the kids are going to
You'll
go to a formal hunt?
I think it means she's not gonna hunt in Nova. She's just gonna go to a different place.
I'm not sure where we're going here,
I'm
guys.
just
This
like,
is Lucas.
oh my
Yep,
god.
he just
Hi,
woke up from
Lucas.
a nap. He's gonna have to go get some milk here soon. He's 12 weeks now. He's a little
Why is Linda
chonkster.
not on here?
I don't know. I sent her the link, but she's like, you guys, I talked to you enough as is."
I get that. Caroline, UK banned fox hunting and are now only allowed to drag hunt. Okay, thank you
Mm.
for that. So come to
Caroline's.
Sova and hunt. See, Caroline, I would
Ooh.
come down there. You're
Yep.
kind of far, but I think I would still. I think Genevieve and I would make the trip down. do some
Yeah,
hunting with you.
definitely.
That'd be super fun.
Sophie says I looked it up and the UK ban was in 2005. Shows you how old you are. Well, I think it shows you that you're old because you didn't remember.
Yeah.
The
Val,
ban
send
took
them
place.
without me. They're more forgiving of kids. Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I thought that there was some sort of a black market going on here.
Bartering situation.
No, definitely would go down to Southern Virginia and hunt if we could do it with ponies. That would be awesome. You, sir, I think you need your father. What do you think? What do you think? Huh? You
Message
like,
dad to come down and take him.
yeah, you like video.
Hey, buddy. Hi, Lucas. I don't think he can hear me because I'm going through
No.
headphones.
Yeah,
Val says, "Can I come in hobo games gear?"
I know. We still have to do our Hobo Games
No,
series.
I know. We still gotta do that. I did end up making a sword out of PVC pipe as well as high-low net
Okay.
holder
Okay.
out of PVC pipe, and I did it all for like literally $4. A sword
Damn.
and a net
That's
combined
awesome.
for $4. It was crazy. Caroline, I hunted summer for several seasons. You get volunteered to open gates if you're on a pony,
I
though.
guarantee you my pony does not open gates.
Mine would. Maybe.
Yeah, mine, no.
We would mildly protest.
He's
Margo says
cruelty wrapped up in a spotty wrapper.
Lucas is precious.
He needs a little tiny pony, guys, but it's
His
gotta
little
have
eyes are so
spots.
bright.
Where are you? He says, I'm hungry. All right, I'm just gonna run and get him a bottle. Be right back. We're going south.
Yeah, it's just me. Okay, sorry. I don't see babies very often. When they cry, I don't know, that face. So desperate. Cubbing season is less formal and you can wear polos since it's 5,000 degrees outside. Wait a minute, cubbing season. When is, I'm assuming since you're saying it's 5,000 degrees outside, that cubbing season is in like what, July, August, Caroline? So they do hunt in the summertime? Okay, I have even more questions now. Val, Kathy Taylor, Goshen Hunt convinced us to try and hunter pace the 21st. Wait a minute, the 21st of December? What's happening? Do I need to join? Caroline Rosner, usually early in September. Oh, okay, so it's warm early in September. Got it. Cool. Okay, somebody on YouTube commented, says, back right before my parents bought Petra, which would be DJ Tigrin. The farm had mules that went on fox hunt, but they had to go last as everyone wanted to watch the mules jumping. I did not ride, was not brave enough then. I can imagine mules jumping would be really fun. This is Kim. Hi, Kim. Why are you on YouTube and why is that your username? I did not recognize you. Uh, yeah, I feel like I have to personally find out where the hunts happen near me. Tom, I was just talking to Thomas recently about this, and we were saying how I just need to basically go on like a Google search and find out who does hunts in this area. Because, like, as you know, I live in Hagerstown, Washington County, and I feel like a lot of people do Western stuff here, or it's like really mild dressage stuff, but it's nothing like super serious. All the serious stuff happens over in Loudoun County, aka Loco, and that's my new favorite word, Loco. Um, so yeah, I have to find people. I was telling Thomas, I was like, I need more friends around here that like actually ride horses, that are serious about it. Not like, hey, it's too cold outside. Don't give me that. I'm not interested in that. We're gonna go. Foul. Mitchell, okay, does farm hunt, which is much more laid back and welcoming. See, and that's what I've been trying to get involved with. I just honestly haven't had the guts to like message her and be like, Mitchell, I'm gonna invade your privacy and I want to join this hunt that you do like every other weekend or whatever, and let's go ride. Because she's always posting videos and pictures of herself out there in the woods, beautiful scenery. And I don't know if she's riding at home when she does that, or if she actually just like takes her horses on trail rides on a regular basis and trailers out. But yeah, I just really need to like grow some guts and message her and be like, "Look, we literally live like 20 minutes apart. I think it's time we become hunting friends." So, yeah, I think that's a good point. I wasn't trying to invade her privacy though. I was like, it's her group. I don't really want to like, but she should share. um, there's groups on Facebook too, and Genevieve and I were talking that it's really hard to figure out when events are going on ahead of time so that we can like incorporate it into the calendar and not overlay it with like mounted games practices and things like that. I feel like there are some like little hunter jumper shows and stuff. I also don't know if I have to be like a part of some jumper group to start participating in that, or if that's something that I could like sign up for on a weekend or something too. I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff not games related that I feel like I'd love to participate in. I just don't know enough to actually sign up for it and show up and know what to do.
And I'm not gonna lie, there's so many weekends that are now games. Like we actually
Yeah.
have a very saturated calendar for like
Yes.
the first time it got to a point where it was just MAs, and now I feel like with Sun and Fun, with the popsicle pairs, with some of the stuff that Fred has been running, we've got a lot of extra competitions now. There's a lot you could
Yeah.
actually focus on games. Like
You know what's funny is that after the MAs ended, it was like 3 weekends in a row with mounted games pairs competitions if you
yeah.
wanted to join. Like there was our competition, then Fred hosted, and then like popsicle pairs, and there was like
hmm
there's only one weekend out of the entire month that mounted games wasn't happening. If
Yeah.
you were willing to drive that far.
And there's a fairly good turnout. Like it's pretty exciting, honestly. I was thinking about that the other day, how saturated horse sports are in the United States and how little coverage we actually have. I know I was talking about it like being predominantly Western sports, like 80% of it, but it's actually like 3 times the size of the amount of money circulating in the NFL is equestrian sports in the United States. And so seeing like mounted games grow is pretty exciting. It's going to have some challenges, but it's pretty crazy.
Val and Dave.
Val.
I was wondering if you wanted us to kind of like talk about this, promote it. She says I'm doing a broke jumper show Sunday at Lovettsville, aka we set up jumps and make up a course for each height for free. I was thinking about coming. I like
That would
kind
be
of really wanted
fun.
to. I haven't jumped in like forever,
And
and
we
I
will
don't really have
see
any
after
friends with either.
popsicle pairs being very cold, and I'm bringing Lucas, so it's going to be very cold for me and Lucas.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot to manage all day Saturday.
But Sunday's not going to be that bad.
That's true.
Sunday's
But
going to
the,
be
the
like upper
question is
40s.
the rebound period. Y'all
Oh,
are just like, suck it up. But you guys are experienced moms, okay? I'm a new mom, and this is, it's
but
a
you have a
lot.
Linda,
That's true. That's true.
right?
We should
Right.
make her go on Fiona.
Well, yeah, I was even thinking I could bring Remington. Like she could jump Remington. You could jump Remington if you wanted to. Remington and Poppy.
I mean, Fizz can jump.
There you
I
go.
got Fizz home, yeah.
You've got Fizz. Linda can ride Remington or Fiona,
Yep.
and I'll bring Poppy.
Val just dropped $200 on a real jumper show. Yeah. Kimberly, hey Kim, you want to come to Popsicle Pairs on Saturday?
How'd you
I'll
know
buy
it
you
was Kim?
food.
I was reading her comments when you left, and I had no idea who it was. I'm like, who is this? TJ Tigran?
I know because she mentioned Petra, and Petra was her first horse, and I was a tiny little tot when I would ride Petra with her. So
I should have caught on that. Yeah,
yeah,
my bad. Linda made it! I would squish her. No, you wouldn't. She's been on Hero.
yeah.
He's the same
Why do people
size.
think Remington is so small?
I don't
Like he's
know, but it
not. He's not.
frustrates me. Till people actually get on him and then they like stand next to him. They're like, "Oh, he's really big." Yes,
It's a lot for you to vault. Like he's not a little pony, really.
yes,
I
he's
don't think I could
big.
vault him.
Yes,
Not to
you
say
could.
that he's too big, but he's too wiggly.
He's
Like yeah, he's how are we feeling about next season?
oh, it's fine. I'll just practice over the winter and we'll be
This whole
fine.
winter, we are gonna make this happen. Val said, "Do you want duck? Want a duck? Want a duck?" Okay,
When
do I want
a
a
duck,
duck or do I want the duck? Because we have ducks now, and I don't think we need more. We have Huey,
right?
Dewey, and Louie, Chase's
I think
resident ducks.
I think it's the duck. You want a
Does Duck
jump duck?
jump?
I don't know. Does he jump?
I feel
Like
like I've seen videos of him jumping, and he's a cute jumper.
really?
Yeah, he's kind of cool.
I'd like to
Kim,
see that.
thank you, Kimberly. I love you. I'm gonna buy you food.
I will come
Kimberly,
possibly.
Remy is a wiggle worm.
Kim, you want to come and jump Remington?
Yeah, you
Kim.
should come jump, Remy. No, you should.
He's
I
so
wonder if
freaking
Iris
fun.
could jump.
You just point him and just give him all the reins, and he's right over it. It's so fun. He's
You
such a
should just
cutie.
jump both of them.
I will. I'll bring them both. Yeah.
Nobody can join Uncharted. Y'all end up preggers.
That's what
We
I'm
d-
afraid of. It's in the water. Oh my god.
it's not just there. I feel like the whole organization, there's a lot cooking right now. We're going to have a crazy generation of games writers coming up.
Yeah.
Like, we want to talk about growth. This is the time we have got to figure out our plan for growth as an organization because they are coming. They
Yeah.
are going to have an entire new generation up in the ranks.
I mean, it's like Charlie, point and hold on. You fall off. It's your problem. Exactly. But he does his job. He's just like, like keep
Yeah,
going.
he gets over it. Like,
He's such a good boy. Ducks
that
can jump. That's
can.
what Val said. He can jump.
I'll never forget Duck with Antonio. Like, that partnership was pretty phenomenal
Yeah.
at the competition that I went and watched. Anyway,
Super
it made
cool.
me have a whole new appreciation of Duck. And just like, he's actually a pretty cool horse now in my
Yeah.
head.
Yeah. Well, it gave me like so much respect for Antonio.
Yeah, of course.
Just to show up and like blow us all out of the water. Like, wait
Yeah.
a minute, how did you do that? Yeah,
These
crazy cool.
Western riders, if they decided to pivot,
Yeah.
Val, yeah, so excited about the new lead line riders coming. I'm like, how young do we have age restrictions in MGAA? I should read the rule book. I should know this, guys. But like, when he's 12 months, could he do this if duct tape is involved? Like,
I don't know that there's an age
I don't
restriction.
know. I don't
That's a
know.
good point. Yeah, I don't know. Val Hoke has paved the way for lead liners though, 100%.
Oh, I know. We're gonna have a crazy division coming up. It's just gonna be fun to see all these kids. I feel like watching Sadie and Eliza because that's the generation that I got to watch. Like come up and Kimmy, like these phenomenal riders and horsewomen. Come up in the sport. It's gonna be really fun to watch this next generation do the same thing. So Paxton started at 18 months. We do not have any age restrictions other than O25 being 25 plus.
There you go.
Paving the way.
All right. Better
Yeah,
get
we'll
Lucas
see.
started.
I know,
As
right?
soon
As
as he
soon as
can hold
that,
himself up,
I know.
just be like,
We're practicing.
here we go.
They have those really cute basket saddles that I kind of want. Definitely from the UK. Sorry, I was reading comments, but they're like little chairs that you set on top of the horse, and it's like basket. It's an actual basket, but
Yeah.
that way their whole back is supported too. And it doesn't really teach them to ride, but you could do it when they can just have head control, which means that I can back my age up even more.
Oh.
So yeah, we've got Inky Dink saddles, but I feel like the step before that would be a basket saddle where you just sort of like strap them in. They actually use a little seatbelt for it too.
Yeah.
So it's cute.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, I really feel like it's time to start pony shopping.
That's
Just
what I
saying.
keep saying. Keep saying, guys. I gotta find, and I want an old pony. I want the one with one hoof in the grave, like nice, really, really chill, tiny old pony. Because
FYI, there's a horse auction coming up in two
on
days on
Friday,
Friday in
I
West
do not have a place for a
Virginia.
pony this second.
But
I
you
got a
would
place
in
for
like
Rune
2
first.
days after that because
But
Rose
there's also the New Year's sale. So kind of go, get her feet wet, check out
That's true.
ponies.
That's true. That's usually big. But then you're gonna have more
But how many people really want a tiny
bidders.
pony?
Not as many people. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. And I'm looking for something specific. It has to have spots.
Yes.
Or it has to be so cute that it overwrites the spot requirement. And then I can just clip spots into it or something.
But does it need to be big enough so that like maybe someone my stature could
So
hop
that's
on
what
it?
mom thinks is like get something 12 hands that we could have somebody get on and like kind of keep it moving.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
then like couldn't I just get a mini and rollerblades and like drive it with rollerblades?
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
plans, guys.
You could totally get a mini. Oh, we have comments.
I'm sorry. Margot says Adrian said that Susie's horse for the New Zealand competition taught Jesus to post, and I feel like that's the most desirable little kid pony ever. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
What do we say about Minnie? Minnie would be an excellent lead line pony. Oh,
It's true.
even
I need a gelding. We've had so many issues with the mares on our property, not because of the mares, but because of the geldings. I had Fizz come home. So I had Fizz come home and Rune come home. Both of them were not 100% planned. Both had totally reasonable circumstances, but they came home. It wasn't the pony's fault. And I've got mares now in the field with Hero and DJ. So it's not just like all geldings, all mares, or just geldings on our farm with no mares. And Hero generally good with the mares, DJ good with the mares, and they can be together and there's fine. But then Fizz getting infused there, Fizz is just like all kinds of hormonal. And Iris has decided that she is very in heat for Fizz and that she's got a thing for Fizz. She is backing up at Fizz. She is nickering at Fizz. She is just doing everything in her power to be appealing to Fizz. And Fizz is like, you're interesting, but this is so frustrating. I'm so itchy. And he's kicking and swatting and biting at the thing hanging between his legs that he cannot figure out, that he has never experienced before because he has bloomed into manhood. And so he is raging hormonal with all of these feelings that he doesn't know how to control. Iris is not helping, and all of this has brought me full circle too. It's nice to just have geldings. It really is.
oh my gosh. Well,
So
Kim did say that she thought DJ was supposed to take the job of being the lead line pony.
yeah, but DJ is petrified of Lucas.
Oh, that
We
doesn't
were like,
help.
oh, this will be really cute. DJ, can retire down, be Lucas's pony. And he met Lucas the first time from 8 feet away, decided that no way in hell was he going to get close to him. Snorting, flaring, puffed up. He's like, this little tiny human
Mm.
seed makes no sense. They're not supposed to be that size. And so we finally got him close. And when he touched it, you swear it was like he was being electrocuted. He's
Oh my god.
every time. It's so bad.
He's so dramatic.
He is. And
People
I
don't
mean,
realize it when they meet him.
so
He's
it's
so dramatic.
maybe a Lucas pony when Lucas is a little bit bigger, but he's not the one that like if you sat him on top, I bet that DJ would just squat and hit the ground. So
Yeah, Lucas needs his own pony.
that's all I'm saying. Just,
I'm like
that's
between the
funny.
size of a miniature horse and like maybe 10 hands. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or even like, we could do a little 12-hander. That'd be fine. You guys could get on. You'd have a vaulting pony.
Yeah.
Practice on.
True.
Oh my gosh. Well, you guys, yeah, we need comments on what you think we should be doing with this show going forward. I've got some ideas, but we also have limited time. So it's going to be all about energy this winter. Luckily, everything is sort of shutting down. It's cold out. Not a lot of riding you can do, not a lot of anything you can do because it's dark. So I'm hoping it'd be really great, honestly, if we could build some resources towards like the rule book,
Mhm.
understanding different circumstances like challenges where like how would you call something different rulings. We had an instance with Matt that was really interesting at Sun and Fun. And it was like, how do you correct that when you mess that up while playing the sport?
What was it?
So
I missed that.
it
Do you remember?
was okay, so it was mug shuffle.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, man, it would be really great if we videoed like us replaying this so that people could try to figure it out. So I'll describe it, but I'm not going to tell you how to fix it. You guys can kind of ruminate, and I think that we might post this actually on MGAA to try to get some feedback. But the idea is, okay, you go out to play mug shuffle, and so you pick up a mug, and as you pick up the mug and you're galloping, your pole falls down,
Mhm.
but you proceed, so you set a mug down, and as you set the mug down, you miss and it hits the ground.
Mhm.
And now you pick up the next mug and then realize your error.
Mhm.
How do you correct that?
I would assume you'd put the mug back, and then you would have to go pick up the mug, and then go put the pole back up, then get back on your horse, and then put the mug back on the correct pole. Or does it need to go back on the old original pole and then on the correct pole?
That's the question. Is it a valid attempt? I
It
don't
would
know.
be it would be an attempt. Yes, obviously.
Yeah, but your pole fell down. So did you complete the first action effectively?
But it's called an attempt.
I know, but what I'm saying is you start by picking up the first mug. You pull
Yeah.
the pole down.
Yeah.
Now you go to set it down. When you set it down, you miss. So when you picked up the mug, was that even like a valid attempt for you to proceed with the race? To set it down and miss, do you have to unplay the race all the way back to start and then play? Or can you just go and set up the pole and proceed? Does that make sense?
So you're basically saying at what point do you have to go all the way back and basically start from there?
Yep.
So you have to. So basically, if you want to play it super safe, you need to put it on the original pole. Once you put the pole up, put it on the original pole, get back on your horse, and then play the race again.
Yes.
That's basically going
I
to.
would assume so. That's what I would
But
think.
Sophie's saying no, you can proceed after the attempt, and that's what I was thinking
No, she
because
said
it
you
would.
can't,
Oh, you can't proceed
right?
after an attempt.
This
You have to
so
take the
anyway,
second.
guys, there's a little video when I did like our little promo video. There's a video where they had the rule book out. This was a solid 15 minutes. Like,
I was wondering what was going on. I had no idea what you guys were talking
is
about.
this okay? And the Carol Ann had the best analogy I think I've ever heard, and so we've got to get this out there. But she was like, it's like a zipper, and she's like, so if you were to zip something up, you have to unzip all the way back to the point where the initial error occurred before you can zip it back up again. So
Okay.
in this situation, if you were to you have to unplay the whole race sequentially all the way back to start and then play it again. The question is, like, you have to go backwards in order to then take it forward again.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of
Chris says
dogs.
I'm reading what Chris says. Chris has said what I thought. Put the third mug back. Pick up the second mug from the ground. Right the pole. Now carry on. But it sounds like you should put the mug back on the pole, then get back on your horse, then carry on. Sophie, it doesn't matter if it's an attempt. You messed up, so you've got to rewind the steps. You can't proceed after an attempt. You have to be successful to proceed to the next step. Definitely can't just reset the pole. Shannon, restart. Caroline, what about one on techniques for different skills, like how to set down at a canter or different race strategies for video?
Yeah,
Talk to the rulebook committee about episodes on rules.
that would be awesome, Krista. That's what I kind of came away
We
with
should.
that
Yeah.
thinking. We should
Yeah.
get some video of a couple of good examples that we could go through
And talk it
because
through. Yep.
it's hard if you were new to the sport. I mean, if we've been doing this for a long time and you kind of still have to rack your brain, even if it like comes to you, it's just like, how do I do that? Think about in the heat of competition, actually doing it correctly is challenging at times.
Right. Right. Sophie,
Sophie,
don't have to
no,
put the first mug back on the pole. But wasn't that like the whole issue with Matt?
yes.
Yeah.
I think the issue, okay, so I think what the issue was with Matt is when he corrected it. Somebody who was there might be able to tell me correctly, but when he corrected it, he rode back, set the mug down for the second mug set, right? So he set the mug down, he jumped off, grabbed the mug, set up the pole, and then he just set it on, vaulted, and continued
Oh, from the ground.
from the ground because in his head he had made he had made an attempt, and it considered an attempt in how he went to correct it.
I see.
But I think that we all decided it was not a valid attempt because the first pole
Was already down.
No, because the pole had fallen down while he
Hmm.
had done it. Yeah.
Right.
No, yeah. The first pole, because the pole was down, when he went to make his attempt on the second pole, even though he had missed, it didn't count as a valid attempt because the first pole had already fallen and hit the ground,
Right.
which meant you had to go all the way back and that he had to do it mounted when he went to set the mug down. Does that
Right.
make
It
sense,
couldn't be
guys?
counted as an attempt because basically as soon as, something falls over, then nothing after that counts.
Yep. So he goes, he picks up first mug, pulls the pole because he's galloping,
Right.
goes to set first mug down on the next pole, and it hits the ground.
Hmm.
And then you pick up the next mug, realize that you've made the mistake, circle back, set that mug on the pole that's upright, jump off your horse,
Hmm.
grab the mug, set it on, pick up the pole. No, he grabbed the mug, picked up the pole, set it on. Whatever he did it unmounted. I think that was our
Right.
issue.
Chris was saying this is not an out of the ordinary mistake. You rewind for any mistake. Think of a video, you rewind the video, you can't jump out of order. It's
Yeah,
linear. Yeah. Oh, Carrie's on.
that's
Hi,
so helpful.
Carrie.
Hey, Carrie.
I think
So,
Matt's
yeah.
confusion is that he already made the attempt, but the attempt didn't count because the pole was down.
Yep.
That's where.
It's just these little tricky situations, and I know we've run into them at the MAs too. And I think
Yeah.
it would be beneficial, Krista, definitely to get some of the rule book committee members on and talk about rules.
100%.
Yeah, we definitely should do that. So I will reach out to you, Krista, and see who's on the rule book committee that might want to join us. I feel like I can volunteer you, but we will see.
That'd be awesome. To come on like a live stream or something.
Yeah.
Talk about rules. Abby's watching too. Yay. Return.
Yeah. So
Hi,
excited,
Abby.
guys. So again, this is our Wednesday Night Live. We are just sort of kicking it off and trying to get back into a rhythm. The way things work on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram is you just need consistency. And so we're like, all right, let's just start this week. I'm back here with no backdrop. I'm just sort of in my basement. It's cold. Yeah, it's a little bit rough down here. So Carrie, you just mentioned
You got really stuck on the basement.
it's cold. It's like 20 degrees. Carrie just mentioned the December 22nd pairs. So I did just cancel the December 22nd pairs that I was going to be hosting for Sun and Fun because it
Yeah.
is very cold
Yeah.
and we didn't have a lot of interest. And so it felt like it might be better for us to just run a practice or do something a little bit more informal. So I'm just letting you guys know that's Sun and Fun. We did go ahead and cancel the December 22nd, but we are going to be hosting something I would think in January. Just to try to get people back out as ponies and riders. Everybody gets through the holidays and we kind of get used to it being a little bit chillier. And that's mostly Genevieve just being a weenie when I go outside. So,
Yeah, honestly. And we
yeah.
had to get there so early in the morning to set up. And then on top of
Yep.
it, like the sun just sets so soon, and you just have to make sure you really get everything done in time. Otherwise, we run out of daylight.
Well, and I
But
kind of
yeah,
wanted to pivot and be like, all right, I'm postpartum. I might be 3 months postpartum, but it was pretty rough. And so I really want to get my fitness back up, kind of focus on getting my cardio back to where I feel like it should be. I've always, been a pretty strong advocate for making sure that you're a good athletic partner to your horse, right? And we're all in different places in life. Our horses are in different places, but just doing what you can and doing your best. And like right now, when I get on a horse, I can just feel like I just don't feel like I'm showing up for him because I'm just not strong enough to. And my horse is a bull. Like he is difficult to ride, but
it's a
it's,
beast.
yeah, just realizing that like, man, I really need to get a little bit stronger. And I'm not sure that competing for me is necessarily putting me in that direction. I need to get out there and just focus on riding, getting more saddle time in general. So for me, I was like, all right, give me 4 weeks and I feel like I'll be in a better place. And I'm going to popsicle pairs, but that's more about survival than anything else. And Carrie, by the way, this just happened today. So I understand the
Yeah,
shock and surprise because
just
it was like
happened.
4 hours ago. So
Right, right.
um,
Caroline's got a good idea. She says, let's do holiday Christmas in January because the cold months without any major holidays need some fun. Reuse those ugly
I
Christmas
love
sweaters.
that, Caroline, because I made so many ribbons, you guys, for this event coming up. They are stashed in a box right now. I'm not going to pull them out. But so I have a bunch of really cute, like Christmassy, not really Christmas. It's like snowflakes and everything, just winter, right? These really cool ribbons. And I was like, oh, I'm a little bummed that we're not going to be using them, but I think we could repurpose them into January and it might be
Definitely.
fun.
Oh, January.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you could even push it off to like February if you like
Yeah.
absolutely had to.
Early February or late
Yeah.
January, I think
We
would
still
be
get
perfect.
snow then, so
Yep. I play games in the snow. I
yeah.
mean, done it.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. So I was wondering, pivoting to fitness, what are your plans for this winter? How are you going to be ready for open next season? Like what are you up to, Carly?
I'm trying to hit the gym at least 3 days a week.
That's awesome.
At least 3 days a week, sometimes 4. If all I have time is for 30 minutes of cardio, I'm putting in 30 minutes of cardio and we're just going to do it. But I've been trying to ride Poppy 3 times a week.
That's great.
And then hop on Remington and Charlie like once each per week, honestly, is what it's boiled down to. So I'm like still riding like 5 times a week
That's
ish.
great.
Yeah, so I'm doing that and going to the gym. And with Poppy, I've started dressage lessons with a dressage trainer. And we're talking about doing shows next year, next spring, and doing some eventing and stuff like that. So
That's
um,
fantastic.
Poppy has been amazing. Like she's
Yeah.
literally gone from like here to like here. Like
Shout out to Melissa for putting
yeah,
some time into her.
so much time into it. Like she literally is a different horse. Like I brought her home in like what we're calling receive mode. Like when I had her, she was kind of just like, I don't understand. Like there's just too much inconsistency. I don't understand mixed signals. And then Melissa just like solidified everything for her. And then she
Yeah.
came home and like ready to learn. And it's been
That's
so
exciting.
nice building those layers on top with every single lesson that we've had. I've had like I think 6 lessons at this point with my dressage trainer, Katie. Shout out to Lisa Fisher who recommended Katie for me. She like lives in Sharpsburg area and does she has her own program and like OTTBs off the thoroughbreds
That's
that she
awesome.
works with and takes eventing and stuff. Um, but yeah, so that's basically what I'm doing over the winter. Is Poppy? We're working on maybe we're start jumping soon, doing some little stuff and
That's
some
great.
dressage over the winter, and then Remington just like he kind of gets the winter off right now. I
Yeah,
think
he's at that
he's just
point.
he's gets to put his blanket on and be fluffy and cute like a teddy bear. Then I loan him out to friends, and then I hop on him every once in a while when I miss him
That's
terribly.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so important, even if you are an experienced rider or you've been in the industry for a lot of years, to get other eyes on you and your riding and your horse, the relationship with your horse. Like, go get riding lessons. Don't think that you get riding lessons because you're a beginner. I think a lot of people, like, we make the mistake of just stopping. But there's so many things when I show up to even my event trainers, just even once a year, where it's like, oh, yeah, like, you kind of stink at doing that because you only focus on games. You're not necessarily super balanced. You're not really focusing on some of the etiquette that actually makes you a secure rider.
Hmm.
Um, Things that they would notice. Like for me, my hands and the way that I like for games, I like rotate them, and then you get these like chicken wings going, and it's like no, like be a little bit more proper because it sets your shoulders,
Right.
which balances you in the saddle,
Katie
things like
tells
that.
me she literally tells me to breathe. She's like,
Yeah.
you gotta take a breath. She's like, you and Poppy haven't actually like taken a breath in like a minute. She's like, breathe, and I'll go, and then Poppy will go, and I'm like,
Oh.
why can't I like do this? But I'm like so worried about everything else because she's so sensitive.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we've gotten to the point where she'll say, okay, now think about trotting within the next 15 seconds and then Poppy will start trotting. Like,
It's
and
crazy how your
I'll
body responds.
I'll hear the word trot, and then Poppy will start trotting, and it's just because she feels my body like
Yeah.
thinking about it. That's how sensitive she is.
which
crazy.
which is what we want from our ponies in
Yeah.
any sport, and
Yeah.
that's really like some of the best games ponies I think are the ones that are like that, and they're waiting to get that feedback from just your body and how you're setting yourself up.
Yeah.
But also it's why it's so important that we're consistent in setting ourselves up in the same ways,
Yeah.
I think, as you're riding. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited. This is like this season is like my comeback season after having a whole year sort of off. I wasn't able to work out the way I wanted. I was traveling a lot for work, and just I did get a vault when I was at Sun and Fun on Hero, like the trot or whatever. Felt really janky. It was a little like not scary, but just like, man, I feel like jello around here. It's gonna be a minute, I think, before I feel a little bit stronger, which just shout out to all the work I think that went into the past couple of years because I was really fit and I didn't realize it.
Well, that's what
Now,
I'm telling Thomas. Like, I didn't have a baby recently, and I was like, okay, I stopped going to the gym for like what 6 months, like
yeah,
consistently. Like, I still went every once in a while, but I just stopped being
it's not the
consistent.
same. Yeah,
It is not the same at all, and my body just went like.
yeah,
And I was like, oh well, I'm riding horses 6 days a week. No, it doesn't matter.
it's
It
not the
literally made it
same. Yeah,
worse.
yeah,
Made my body worse because I was like I like started to feel like all these imbalances. My
yeah,
sciatic was flaring up. I noticed, oh, my glutes are like messed up. Like I'm in a lot of pain. So yeah, crazy how you have to basically make sure your body's taken care of first before you can be a good rider.
yeah. No, for sure, and definitely attacking it from like both sides. I think it's so important to get consistent saddle time. It's consistency with your horse, and that partnership is so critical.
Mm.
But we are not going to get to the level of fitness I think that you should have. At the very least, like get out there and just walk. I mean, you don't have to do a lot, but if you're like me and you work at a desk all day, it's really hard to just be like at a desk and then get on a horse and ride and feel like you're actually strong enough to be capable of helping support them.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
Val, I set up date days with Babyface. We go out solo and just have fun together bonding. It's our off season for work, so it's super nice. I think this is the season of going out there and doing those trot sets and those hacks and just having fun with your pony. I was actually thinking about getting some of those. Oh, Kimberly's gonna smite me. The renegade boots, I think. The boots that you just like sort of put on their feet that aren't shoes because we are great. We have a bunch of barefoot horses, but I want to be able to go out and run the gravel roads and like just get my horse out and see fresh things and like make him like being with me and going out and having those like trails because we don't have trails that we can access. So
Just explore. Yeah.
yeah, Zoe, it's amazing how quickly you lose riding fitness. Even a week makes a difference. Yeah, I think it's so important to get on a bike, walk, run. I mean, honestly, guys, I hate running. I'm a terrible runner. Sophie, I tried so hard, through COVID, girl, that I went out there every single day and I was running. And you're like, you're gonna love it someday. And I wanted to love it. And I will always appreciate runners, but I don't think that I am a runner. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to run. I just know that it is not compatible with me from a pleasure perspective.
You did
Marathon
get a
runners,
running stroller, so all I have to
I
say
did.
is props to you for
I'm doing it.
doing it.
I'm doing it. I hate it, but I'm doing it. That's all that
Yep,
matters, right?
yep.
That's yeah. So that I did get a running stroller so that I can get out there and try to jog with baby because I'm like, man, how am I supposed to get to a gym like this? It's gonna be it's gonna be a challenge.
Yeah.
So
How do you go
you
to the gym
guys,
with a baby?
such an appreciation for parents. Like Zoe, I was telling actually some coworkers because this is my first week back. And I was talking about the disconnect between leadership and workers. But my example I thought was great because we were talking, Zoe, and I was like, girl, it's summer, it's really hot out. Why are you not getting up at 4:45, going to the gym and riding your pony? Because I did that for a couple of years. Like that was my mojo. I get up super early, go to the gym, ride a horse, get on for work or drive into office, whatever it was. And you're like, Genevieve, I have a 1-year-old. It's like, now I get it. I am sorry. I'm so sorry. I was so disconnected from reality. There has to be a way, but that may not be the way.
Iris is going. Kim says Iris is going to get measured for a pair of Renegade hoof boots. If they fit her well, then she will get a full set if needed. Oh, sounds like she
Yeah,
supports your venture,
I'm
Zoe.
telling you. Zoe's Jen's wake up from reality. There has to be a
Yeah.
way, Zoe, because I'm a morning person. My baby is a morning baby, though, and that's the problem. Like,
Oh.
he loves to be up and doing stuff with you in the morning. So I'm like, how do we incorporate the gym with this? Maybe I just need to get some free weights here. I don't know.
Oh
Mm,
yeah.
you could do that.
Just put them in the basement.
Yeah.
Go
I
work
don't
out
know.
in the cold.
The process of going to the gym for me is like what keeps me accountable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Usually
it's
me too.
difficult.
I
Yeah.
buy free weights here and I rarely use them.
Yeah. I know that's a new level of discipline. So I'm gonna have to really do some soul searching. Do I want this?
Yeah.
I want to be in shape again. um,
You can run with
Zoe,
him and then just come back and then like while he's napping do the free weight. I don't know, it's
that's
better
what.
than
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. A nice like cable system would be great. I don't know, guys. I gotta do something. I miss the gym a lot, but and yes, I could just have the husband watch him and go to the gym. But then I'm working now, so I've got 8 hours where I'm not near the baby anyway. Like, I miss him, guys. I miss him. I don't like working out at home either. We need to have a gym with a daycare.
Yeah.
That's what we're
My
gonna
gym
set out
has a
there.
daycare, but I think there's an age limit. I think it's got to be like at least
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't really want my baby around a lot. I'm just gonna have to suck it up.
2 more months.
Suck it up.
Baby.
Baby Bjorn him with you.
What's that mean?
I don't know. Is that that is Baby
I don't,
Bjorn is like it's a brand. And
can
so
you
I have a
wear him
carrier
at the
that's a
gym?
Baby Bjorn. Can you wear them at the gym? What if they
Are you
cry?
allowed
Do
to do
people get
that?
mad? Is that allowed? Can I
Can
wear
you
a baby on a treadmill?
just put him on your back and just like
Do
how
you
badass
mean
would
like
that
on a
be?
horse? Rode with me in the Baby Bjorn. What is a baby? Is it a carrier?
Both my kids
Is it
run
the carrier? Because I have a Baby Bjorn carrier. I think it's a carrier, Val.
like the backpacks, like the baby backpacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I promise we will be way more focused next Wednesday, but thank you guys for entertaining us.
Yeah, I appreciate this. We're gonna wrap it up here
We
soon.
asked about
That's not
kids
gonna
and
wrap
she
it up.
said, because she said Cades. Oh, is
Kate.
it a carrier? It's kids. Baby Bjorn is kids.
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
it's a carrier.
All right. Just
Can I
toss him
take
in
my
the.
carrier to the gym?
You should
You're
be able
right,
to.
though. I could put him on my back.
Yeah, just chuck him on your back and then.
I feel like that's way harder, though. Like, if it's crying, now it's strapped to you and you can't even reach it. I'm saying it. Because my baby doesn't cry, so.
You can just pat him on the head and be like, "It's okay, Lucas."
I don't think it works that way,
You can
Carly.
tell I'm a mother.
Oh,
It's a baby
so
carrier.
this winter is
Okay.
going to be interesting. Anyway, you guys, it is late. It is
Yep.
time to go to bed for me, anyway. This mom of
Mm.
9 p.m. is looking really sweet.
Same dude.
We will see you guys next Wednesday, and I've got a couple of people to reach out. If you guys are interested in being on the show, please reach out to me or leave a message, comment, whatnot. Val, would you like to come on? I know you want your kids on, but like, I want the kids on. Just got to figure out how to facilitate multiple children in the room at the same time in StreamYard and not everybody talk over each other. That's my
Well, I think
fear.
we can do that. We just have to be like turn taking. Like when I say
Yeah.
your name, then you get to speak. I
Doesn't work
It's
that
like
way.
school. It's like school.
I was homeschooled, Carly. It
Oh,
was
I
no
worked
turn
in a
taking.
school, so I
I just like
understand
hid
that.
in a corner. Like, oh my
Okay.
gosh, you guys. Thank you so much. Please drop us a like or a comment. Again, that engagement does help us. It gets the algorithm to push us out so other people can watch us in the future. We are looking forward to talking to you next Wednesday, and we'll get some interviews to start publishing on Mondays or Fridays, something like that in the future. So you guys have a wonderful evening. We'll chat later. It was good seeing you. Good seeing you too, Shannon. I never mentioned you, but I love reading your comments.
Bye.
So bye, guys.
Have a good night.
Bye.